everybody. Oh my gosh, welcome to Living Well Today, the show that will bring to you different guests and tools every single session to help you live well today. So I'm really excited to have you here today. I'm excited to be here, and I have such a special guest for you today who I am incredibly excited to have her on board and to introduce you to her. But before we do that, I'd love to know who is online. So it's very much an interactive show. So I'd love to know who's online. So do send some love, say your hellos. And we've also got Richard, the producer, online as well. So do send your love and hellos in. We'd love to connect with you. But while everybody's plugging into the live show and sending some love and saying their hellos, I'll just give you a quick overview of what you can expect today. So we have the incredible Persephone joining me today. So I've known Persephone for a while now, and she does some wonderful work helping women find their power and empowering them to move forward. And if they're feeling stuck, she helps them understand any beliefs that's blocking them. But there's a much more to it, and I'm going to get Persephone to introduce herself later. But she does a lot of incredible work. She does a lot of talks. So we're really lucky to have her on board, actually, because she does do a lot of public speaking and stuff. So she's a very wonderful person to have on board to answer any questions that you might have about feeling stuck, or if you're feeling that you just need some guidance on how to move forward. She'll be a great person to ask any questions that you have. And also Persephone is going to finish our session today with an exercise which will help people to it's like a visual that she's going to give, and I'm going to let Persephone explain a little bit more about that. But it's about a 5-10 minutes meditation with a visual which is extremely powerful. So I'm really excited to experience that myself. So I'll be plugging it in with that visualization as well. So I'd love to know who's on board. So if anybody's there, do send your love, say some hellos, give us some hearts and likes on the post. It'd be amazing to see who's here. I can see that we have got Sherry, a little comment from Sherry saying shared with love, which some little hearts, which we love to see. Oh, hello, Nicola. Lovely to see you. Good morning, Richard and Adele. Thank you very much, Nicola. Good morning to you. Good morning to Christine. We'd love to know where everybody is as well. I know that when we've done this in the past, it's quite often everyone is from all over, and it's really interesting for me to know where everyone is. So, and we've got a good evening, which makes me think that you're obviously not in the UK. So I'd love to know where you are. So hello, Sam B. Sorry. So you're saying good evening, Adele, Nicola, Christine. Oh, I missed it. But yes, good evening. Hello, and hello to Joe, Dan, Edwards, Shopland. Lovely to see you. Hello, everyone. Love and best wishes. Gosh, I need to put my tongue back in. Thank you very much for your comments. Good evening from Australia. Hello, Nolene. I recognise the name, so I know that you've dialed in before. Good evening to you in Australia. Hello, Julie. Good morning, Julie Arthurs. Oh, I did wonder, Sam, when you were saying good evening and somebody else said good evening. So hello from Australia to you. Good morning from Canada. Lovely to see you. Oh, hello, Carrie. Sorry, Carrie Ann. So good morning to you as well. Hello from Portsmouth. Hello, Kimberly from Portsmouth. I'm going there in a few weeks. Oh, sorry. Richard's just said he lives in Portsmouth as well. I haven't met him, but near. Okay. Wonderful. Right. Hello, Eliane. Hello. I love your profile picture. Very serene. Hello, Bev from Australia. Gosh, there's a lot of people from Australia today. This is a lovely. Hello to you as well. Rebecca, hello. I recognise your name and your profile. Lovely to connect with you again today. And Michelle from Canada. Hello, Michelle. Lovely to connect with you. And Nancy as well. Good morning from Boston. Oh my gosh, I love finding out the location where everyone is, because you're all in different areas, so it's nice to see how far and wide the shows go. And Rebecca, you're from Portsmouth as well. Wonderful, lovely to connect with you. Fabulous. So I think that's our introduction. So anybody that we didn't get to say hello, good morning and welcome to you. And even those that were unable to write a comment, but you're still listening in, good morning to you as well. And thank you very, very much for dialing in and for listening to us live today. So I'm really excited to have you here today. And I think, let me just check with Richard, are we ready to go? So I've got really exciting guests to share with you today. So I'm going to we're going to welcome Persephone into the call. So as Persephone comes in, I would like everybody to show some love to Persephone, because she is such a joy to be around. So I welcome Persephone Davies to the show.
Hello, everybody.
It's so good to have you here. Oh, I'm so pleased that you decided to come. Thank you so much. And I know that the viewers would get so much from listening to you. So while people are sending their loves and their comments for you, I know I gave a brief introduction, but it's always better coming from the individual. So I asked you to just give a little bit of a background about who you are, how you got into what you into your own spiritual journey, and yeah, how you help others.
Of course, Adele. So hello, everybody. I'm really, really happy to be here. And thank you, Adele, and thank you, Richard, for having me on here. So as Adele said, I'm Persephone, and I essentially help women who know that they are made for more, create the life that they desire. And of course, the components to that, I mean, the whole journey is about transformation. So I call it transformation alchemy, because it's a mix of all the different tools I use and all the different bits that we need to look at in order to create a transformation, going from feeling like you're limited, feeling like things aren't possible for you, whether it's material, whether it's self-confidence, whatever it is, and taking you through a journey of transformation. So by the end of it, you know that anything is possible, because I like to help women understand that we are limitless. And it's only as a result of limiting beliefs, limiting thoughts and patterns that we have going on in our mind from the past that make us feel like things aren't possible for us. So I'm really passionate about empowering women and creating and facilitating this transformation for them, using lots and lots of different tools, which I've picked up along my own journey. And Adele, you asked me how I came to this. How long have you got? So I think there's a time limit for this show, right? So I'll try to nutshell this, but I've been on my spiritual journey my whole life, having had a very spiritual upbringing. However, there was a good 10 years where I used to say I rebelled against it all, but actually it was just a need for me to control my life, because I'd had quite a sheltered upbringing. And anyway, I came back to it when my eldest son was born, a little bit before that. So the last 12 years, I've very purposely been learning, expanding, exploring, and evolving, which has brought me to do what I'm doing now.
Right, yes.
I tried to nutshell it, sorry.
you explained it very well, and you put it in a nutshell, more so than what I could have done. So and it was always, it's more authentic coming from the person. So thank you so much for sharing that. And I'm loving all the comments of the love that's coming from everyone. Thank you so much for sharing your love and your hellos to Persephone. And Michelle, your last comment is up here, so I'm going to say a special shout out to you. I'm so happy to be here with both of you beautiful souls. Thank you so much, Michelle, and we are grateful to have you here. I'm so in need of transformation as my husband passed away recently and I'm feeling very lost. Michelle, I am really sorry to hear that you're going through that. And Persephone, do you have anything that you wish to, any advice that you can give to Michelle?
Yes, of course. So Michelle, echoing what Adele said, I'm so sorry to hear about your loss. And what I would say to you is that it's in moments like this, moments where we're brought to our knees, where transformation is what we need, and we feel a great pull towards something changing dramatically. I know obviously things have changed massively for you. But there is going to be a call there from your soul, from something deep within you, from the thing that is bigger than you, bigger than your body and your mind, to explore who on earth am I anyway? Because when we have, I'm going to try to not be too long with this, but we have roles that we attach to in our life. And of course, they're very much who we are, whether it's a mother, whether it's a sister, whether it's an auntie, whether it's a wife, a teacher, your job, whatever. And when that's taken away from us, it gives us this sense of, well, who are we? Because I'm no longer a wife, or I'm no longer a mother. Or so I completely understand where you're coming from. And absolutely, hopefully some of the things that I will talk about today will equip you with ways in which you can move forward through this. But I think it's beautiful that you're on here, you're in the right place, you've kind of listened to that soul's calling. So I'm sure that there's a massive potential there to move forward in a very positive and healthy way.
Thank you so much for that, Persephone. And thank you, Michelle, for being open and honest and putting that comment out there, because it's quite brave to first of all reach out and be honest like that. So thank you very much. Yes, like Persephone says, she's going to be going through a few tools today. So if you have anything else that you want to share, or you wish guidance on how to move forward, then do comment, and Persephone will can sort of do her best to answer that and guide you. So we've got Krish. So I just wanted to say hello, Adele and SPTV family. Lovely to connect with you. Thank you very much for your comments. Michelle, thank you so much for responding. So I can see you're saying I really appreciate those words. So thank you, Persephone, for your advice that you gave there. Can you see the comments, Persephone? I just want to check that you can. Oh, fabulous. Okay. Yeah, so Michelle, thank you so much for opening up and for sharing that. And so Persephone, you mentioned something which was really key as you were talking, which was the roles that we play in life, and how we can get attached to them. And so when something big changes in our life, it's almost like going through that transition of finding out who we are. So I went through that when I left the corporate world, because I'd become attached to my corporate title. And so when I left work and people were saying, oh, what do you do? I was like, I was trying to find myself again, and I realized how much I'd got attached to that title. So it's interesting how we do that. And I think you explained that so perfectly about when there's big change, and it's not necessarily over grief. It could be an end of a relationship, it could be an end of a job, it could be something big like that, and we go through that transition.
Absolutely. I mean, it's gonna be, it doesn't, as you said, it doesn't have to be something like loss, although it's very common to have, I like to call it a spiritual awakening. at these times, but it's all relative to everybody's life. So it could be the ending of a long-term relationship, it could be the changing of a job or the losing of a job, but it's without going into too much depth, as human beings, we're creatures of habit, and we are kind of subconsciously and consciously kind of opposed to change, because it's the unknown. But yes, as you're saying with the roles, when something happens to disturb that role, even if it's not the ending of a relationship, maybe it's an argument in that relationship and you feel a little lost, like, oh my gosh, is it going to end? Even if it hasn't ended yet, we become more aware through feelings, not nice feelings, that we are attached to that. And the suffering comes as a result of trying to find who we are without it. And so what a lot of people tend to do is try then and go and find something else that they can attach to give their life meaning and purpose and give themselves an identity. Whereas I think, especially what Michelle was saying, with regards to losing her husband, that it's actually about looking inwards to find who you are, rather than trying to find lots of different roles outside of yourself, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Thank you, Persephone, for explaining that. So we have a comment here from Charlie. So the comment is, I'm struggling more and more to want to try to live this life any longer. I am exhausted. Could I please have a message of encouragement? So Callie, I'm really sorry that you are feeling like this in this moment. I appreciate that you opening up and having the courage to write those comments on the live chat. Yeah, Persephone, do you have anything that you wish to add?
Of course. So I think the biggest thing to say here to you, Charlie, if I'm hopefully pronouncing that correctly, is that you're not on your own. That you have been brave enough to come on here and write that. Many people are feeling the way you're feeling, but they're not brave enough to speak out about it, which is why lots of issues happen along the path, longer down the road, because people aren't willing to admit where they are. And so the words of encouragement I would give you today are, you're not on your own. And the very fact that you're willing to admit it means that you're in a position where you're ready to change, and that although change is scary, it's necessary in order for you to move forward. And that by you acknowledging that you're not happy where you are, do you know how long that takes some people to even admit? That's where I start the journey with people. Can you sort of give yourself permission to say, I'm not happy with some aspect of my life? And some people can't even get there, and that's okay. It's all right. That's perfect for them. But it's the first step you need. You need to be able to say it in order to move forward. And you've done that, which is massive. It's massive. So you're not on your own, and you're certainly in a community of people, even just here on SPTV, that will be able to support you. And as I said to Michelle, the last lady we were talking to, that there are going to be things that I talk about today which hopefully will help you, even just planting the seeds of some ideas about what you can do to help yourself in this moment. But this moment is just a moment, and it will pass, I promise.
Thank you so much, Persephone, for answering that so beautifully and so simplistic. And I can see that Charlie has responded to say yes, thank you. So Charlie, it sounds like you resonate with what Persephone has been saying. So, and actually I echo a lot of what Persephone was saying with regards to having the strength to open up and share sort of how you're feeling. It's almost like what Persephone was saying was the biggest thing is to admit, which is what you're doing, and to open up and talk to people about it. So Persephone, it's that Charlie's just saying thank you so much for your advice, your guidance. So wonderfully put, thank you. And thank you to everyone else's comments. I saw some more comments coming through where people were just sending some love and some hugs to Charlie. So actually, Charlie, if you're on the live chat, hopefully you're seeing all the love and the comments that are coming from the other viewers, where people are sending their love to you. So there's a lot of love within the community for you. So thank you so much for your comment and for opening up. Okay, so while the comments are still coming through, I think we probably have about 15 minutes left of answering the questions, and then we can sort of move on to the visualization exercise that you mentioned, Persephone. But do you have any advice for the viewers, any tools that you could give the viewers just while we're waiting, in case there are any other comments that people want to ask? Something's just come in, so maybe we'll park what I said and I'll just have a look at the comment that Debbie has just put in. Oh, so Debbie, this is a comment for Charlie, which is, it takes strength to seek help, and this is what you are doing. I felt this way and still do at times. You have my love. I just love the support that's really coming here through the community. So Charlie, I think these comments that are coming through echo what Persephone was saying, which was that you're not alone. Okay, so Chris, we have I am experiencing great challenges as an empath. I seem to imbibe all the negativity going on in the world. Can you please advise me on how to manage being so empathetic? This is a very good question, because lots of people are feeling this, and when there's things going on in the world, there's the empaths really feel the energy. So yeah, Persephone, if you've got any advice here, that would be wonderful.
Of course. So Chris, thank you for your question. So I think, and I've come across this a lot in my working with different women from all different walks of life. And I think the most important thing to understand, first of all, is, despite what you've said in your comment, to actually acknowledge that being an empath is a gift. So for anybody here on SPTV that is unaware of what an empath is, it's essentially somebody that's very sensitive to the energies of other people and situations. So sometimes you feel the emotions of other people around you, or even in just maybe even watching the news, and you're just very much more sensitive to it. Now, actually, as I started by saying, this is actually a gift. The reason it cannot feel like a gift is when you experience it without boundaries. So when, for example, and I'm an empath, so I know this, and I've had to learn this for myself, it could be going into a supermarket and just feeling like overloaded with everything that is going on in everybody's life. And there's two things I would say. Number one is knowing your own energy. So how much time do you spend with your own energy? This does not mean that you have to practice meditation, although it's a huge advantage if you do. It could be, how much time do you spend with yourself, acknowledging how you feel? How many times do you check in with yourself? How do I feel? What am I thinking about? Do I feel okay when you're on your own? The reason I say this and having those emotional check-ins is because the more familiar you are with your own energy, the more you know when something isn't your own energy. That's number one. So allowing yourself to understand what are your feelings, how you work, what your energy feels like by meditating or by checking in with yourself throughout the day for a while, then you're aware of when something is coming into your energy field which is not yours. And so you can say, oh, actually, no, this isn't mine. But the second important component to this is having energetic boundaries. So this can be as simple as just visualizing a golden bubble around yourself. Not because you're protecting yourself from some terrible, awful, negative thing, but because you need to be able to go about life with your cup full and not be taking on everybody's issues or everybody's problems. And the other thing is, you can't really help people with their problems or struggles by being in it with them. You have to be standing in your own energetic strength and power. And in order to do that, you must create the boundaries. This can be visualizing. I visualize like a golden cloak around me when I'm working with clients, because I can be sympathetic and I can even be empathetic with them, but standing from a place of strength where I'm not being drained energetically or I'm not taking on their emotions. It could also just be, I set the intention to, etc., maintain a healthy energetic boundary so I'm not taking this on. It's never underestimating the power of the spoken word and the intention. It holds energy. So just those two things will really help you understanding your own energy and getting familiar with it. And number two, creating those energetic boundaries. And I can see you spending a lot of time alone and doing regular self-check. If you find that isn't working, try the energetic boundaries, but also you might need to tweak the way you spend time alone. Is there something that you can change that will allow you to understand your energy more closely, more intimately? So if you are doing emotional check-ins, but you're maybe not doing anything else, it might be just a call for you to go deeper with that. And there's lots of different ways we could go into that, but I'm not going to now, but those are two of the most important components to look at as an empath.
Thank you, Persephone. So what you've spoken about there, is that what you look at through the courses that you do? You focus on helping people manage their energy and giving them tools to be aware of their own energy.
Well, it's one part of it for sure. And in my work, you know, as a spiritual coach, or undecided on what I'm called, because it's just made up of so many different parts. But you find that different coaches attract different types of clients depending on what their needs are and who you are as a coach. And many of the clients, if not all of the clients that I attract, are empaths. And so it seems to be that along the journey that I take them on as part of a one-to-one journey, or even as part of the group coaching journey, one of the things that we always need to look at some point in the journey is their ability to manage their own energy. Because you'll find that with empaths, they tend to be so generous with their time. They can be very people-pleasing, which just feeds that energy enmeshment and crossover between people. So yes, it is a very important thing that I do help people manage and give people tools for. Sometimes it's just talking it out, sometimes it's tools and talking it out, because it manifests in different people in different ways.
Yeah, fabulous. Thank you. And thank you so much, Krish, for asking the question. I can see that your comments have come through and you're sending your love and saying thank you to Persephone for responding to that, which is great because it means you're resonating with what Persephone is saying. But thank you for asking that, because I think a lot of empaths, like I saw your comment earlier about saying that you can't watch the news at the moment, and I think a lot of myself included, I've had to stop watching the news for that reason. So yeah, I do get what you're saying, and I think the tools that Persephone has said about the bubble and the golden cloak, they're definitely things that I've used in the past as well. I use myself to protect my energy. And like you were saying, Persephone, something happened to me this week where somebody shared a story of something that they're going through, and I instantly felt their emotion. And then because you were saying that self-check-in, and then I had that self-check-in in the moment with her. I wasn't in a meditation, I was like fully awake, but it was like it was just self-awareness. And then when I realized, oh wait, this emotion isn't mine, it's the other person's, I was able to let go of it and put the protection up. But it's also, yeah, like you say, that self-awareness is very much really important, because then when we have the self-awareness, we can then recognize if it's ours or not, and it's easier to let go of it if we realize this isn't ours.
Absolutely. And I think when you're not aware of your own energy, and it might be all over the place, it means when something like that comes in, you can mistake it for your own. So you are self-aware enough to go, whoa, that doesn't feel like mine. And then you realize. But in order for that to take place, you need to first of all know that this is not like to understand what your energy is and how you normally feel, right?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you, Persephone. So I'm just waiting to see if there's any other comments coming in. But I just want to highlight something that Chris said, which was around the news, which I find really interesting, because I know I can't watch the news either. And so Persephone, I'd love to have your input as well with regards to your view on sort of the news, and if there's anyone watching that does struggle to watch the news and stuff. And in fact, Nicola's brought it up as well. I stopped watching the news during COVID, only watch it if there is anything I want to know about. So yeah, I think a lot of people were experiencing that. I stopped watching the news before the COVID, but during the COVID, I really stopped watching it, because I thought I really can't be handling that. I need to just focus on myself. But Persephone, I'd love to have your input.
Of course. So I think it totally depends where you are at with your awareness, because, for example, I can watch the news and I don't watch it regularly for the same reasons that we've just talked about. But now I can watch it if I want to know just a quick update of what's going on in the world, because I can detach myself from it to a certain extent. But that's because of where I have got to, because I've had to, because working with women with lots of different things going on, as I said, I can't help from a place of being in there with them, in that kind of in the trench with them, you know. So I've learned to detach, but I do appreciate, and that, so in other words, I'm saying it is possible to get to that point. Because although I knew that there's a lot of negativity on the news, I'm also aware that we are parts of this world together. And so I didn't want to completely isolate myself from the rest of the world and switch off completely, because the work that I do doesn't just, you know, when you help one person, you're helping many, you know, the ripple effect. And so I just need to hold it in my awareness that we are, you know, all one together. However, if at this present moment, for anybody watching, when they watch the news, if it really brings their energy down, don't watch it. As you said, it's good that you can be aware that when you watch the news, it does not make you feel good. You don't want to do things that don't make you feel good, that, you know, kind of penetrate your energy field like that. But what I would say to those people also is that just to have an awareness that if you are that affected by the news, to look at some of the, because we can't get away from it, even if we don't watch the news, someone might be talking about it or tell us a story about it. So, for example, I had a friend that has all her family in Iran at the moment, and all that's going on there. So even though I kind of was aware, because my partner had told me about it, I didn't watch it on the news. I heard it from somebody else. And so we just need to be, like, even if we're not watching the news, to remember those two things I told you about: energetic boundaries and understanding our own energy, and having ways in which, if something does affect us negatively, a way in which to release that from our bodies. But certainly, if watching the news or anything like it doesn't make you feel good, don't watch it. I can't watch horror films anymore. I can't watch really violent things anymore, because it doesn't make me feel good, and I actually don't have an interest in it. So you do what feels right for you. Just be aware of what makes you feel kind of negative and what makes you feel good.
I think that was so beautifully put. Thank you, Persephone. And Charlie, I can see that we've got a comment here. I have never been able to watch the news. I actually quit watching any TV or movies altogether about 4 years ago. So I think what Persephone was saying, it kind of highlights what Persephone was saying, which was, if watching the news is really dragging your energy down, if watching the movies or TV is really dragging your energy down, you had that awareness, Charlie, to actually think, actually, this is no good for me. I'm really just going to cut away from it. And I think that's an amazing thing to do. I'm hearing more and more people that are doing that. So it's great that you had that awareness to realise that this is actually making me feel worse, and you were able to stop watching it altogether. And I think just to highlight what you were saying, Stephanie, so even I don't watch the news on the TV, but the news comes in through the radio, it comes in through family members and Facebook and social media. So like you were saying, it still comes to us. Even during COVID, I didn't watch it on TV, but it was still feeding through, and quite a lot of it is fear-based, so that's why I try to avoid it. But like you were saying, having that awareness, I have that awareness in myself to know that if I watch too much news, it brings too much fear towards me. But I can watch, I don't like horror movies, but I can watch movies that may have a lot of adrenaline, and I watch it with awareness, and I watch it and I have more awareness of what's going on inside my body. And then I do like an exercise afterwards if I feel like it's had an impact on my nervous system. So it's having that awareness. So I do like watching some of the like action movies, but it's like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize, and when I watched it 5 years ago, the impact it was all having on my body, and I'm having that awareness now. So yes, I agree with what you're saying here. And Charlie saying thank you. Bear with me 1 second. Sorry, Richard, I missed that. Okay, fabulous. We're just going to have a quick commercial break, and then myself and Persephone will be back with you in a few moments. So stay put, and we'll speak to you in a second.
The SPTV Divine Guidance Oracle Pack, a unique blend of inspiration and artistic beauty. Our captivating set of 78 cards combines the power of ancient archetypes, celestial guidance, and the essence of life itself to provide you with a unique tool for self-discovery, clarity, and transformation, all lovingly housed within an exclusive rigid box. The pack includes a booklet that delves into every card in detail, some of which carry dual meanings for deeper interpretation. The booklet also features 8 distinctive card spread layouts. Among these treasures, you'll discover 22 major arcana, 9 main archangels, 4 elements, and 40 life cards, each a work of art, radiating beauty and delivering profound messages that resonate deeply within your being. The SPTV Divine Guidance Pack, where beauty meets enlightenment. Pre-order today and unlock the extraordinary wisdom that awaits you. To be among the pioneers in experiencing our forthcoming collection and to reserve your pack in advance, as well as to access more details, including a sample audio description, kindly visit sptv.uk/cards.
MySpiritualDirectory.com is one of the fastest growing online free listing service. Our search directory offers geolocation feature, rating ability, review system, map location, customer comment, YouTube video, gallery, social media sharing, direct contact with the lister, simple online booking and payment system. It's free to register and use. It even creates your own mini web page, which you can update at any time, and yes, it's still free, no monthly or yearly fees. 100% free. Creates your own profile page. Add social media and other links. Add a mini gallery and a YouTube video. Rating, reviews and comments. Includes online booking and payments. So, if you're looking for a medium or a reader, even a church, maybe a healer, or any other spiritual service, then visit myspiritualdirectory.com.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Welcome back. So, yes. Okay, sorry, bear with me, everyone. So Richard's just given me a bit of a download with regards to a change. So Richard, did you say there's a change for tomorrow evening? Live education in Canada, did you say? Oh, in Canada. Oh my gosh. Okay. Amazing. So yeah, so there's a change in location for the live tomorrow evening. So it's just to make everybody aware that that is happening for tomorrow evening. Richard, is there any lives this evening? I know there normally are, isn't there? No live this evening. Oh, nice. Richard's got a night off by the sounds of it. So Richard, so the next live is tomorrow evening. That's right. Yep. Okay. Okay, sorry, I was just looking at Christian's comments. So thank you so much for this awesome show. Richard, this is such a beautiful comment for you. And yes, it is. It's so helpful. And thank you, Rich, for recognizing and for mentioning Richard, because if it wasn't for Richard, this SPTV show wouldn't be live. So Richard's asking me to like shimmy on.
Thank you, Richard.
Okay, so I think what we're doing now, Persephone, is it now might be a really good time for you to do the tool that you were going to introduce for everybody. So I think it was the visualization you were going to do, wasn't it?
Yeah, so this is a sort of 5 to 8 minute, I don't know, 5 to 10 minute visualization to essentially allow you to not come out of your body, but to experience what is beyond your body, because very often we are struggling with the human existence and the things happening outside of us, our thoughts, our emotions, our bodies, and the things happening around us in our world. And this is just a visualization for you to experience the presence of the thing that is bigger than you. So that sounds a bit scary. Please don't worry. Okay. This is experiencing the presence of your soul. And it allows you to just come out for a little while, not escape, but to come out and experience the fact that you are so much more than what's going on around you. You are so much more than your body. You're so much more than your thoughts. And it's something that can be adapted. It's something that you can come back to whenever you want. But it's just short and powerful. So I hope you'll enjoy it.
Amazing. Thank you, Persephone. Yeah, so I think I'll just hand it over to you to do the meditation, and I'm just going to sit here and enjoy the meditation, if that's okay.
Beautiful, of course. So if everybody could just pretend they've got some lovely calm music going on in the background. Oh, awesome. Richard's going to put some music on in the background for you. Awesome. So if you could all just get comfortable wherever you're sitting, and just when you're ready, gently close your eyes and rest your hands facing up on your lap if it's comfortable to do so. And just start focusing on your breath. Just feel the air filling your lungs and leaving your lungs. And with every out breath that you take, just allow another part of your body to relax. Notice any tension that's in your body. Where is that tension being held? And release it with every out breath. And with every breath you take, you feel more relaxed and more relaxed. And your body starts to feel heavy. And now with every out breath, just allow yourself to let go of any thoughts or emotions that don't belong here, that aren't serving you. Just for now, let them go with the out breath. And now in your mind's eye, I'd like you to imagine a beautiful pillar of warm white light in front of you. And you're so drawn to this light. So you move closer and closer until your body is fully engulfed in this white light. And in this light you feel so safe, so warm and protected, and so loved. And as you sit in this pillar of white light, just imagine a golden thread attached to the bottom of your feet, moving down through the floor, through the earth, through all the layers of the earth, until it wraps around the very core of the earth. And it travels back up through all the layers of the earth, through the ground, floor, and back up through your feet. But it continues up your body until it reaches your heart, where it wraps around. So that now you are connected to the earth. Now this golden thread that is wrapped around your heart continues up through the very top of your head, through your ceiling, the roof, the sky, the atmosphere, through space, to the furthest star you can possibly imagine. And it wraps around that star before making its way back through space, through the atmosphere, the sky, the roof, the ceiling, and back down through your head and back to your heart again. So that now you are also connected to the universe, to your higher self, to God, whatever feels right for you. And you're still in this beautiful pillar of white light, connected to the earth, to your higher self, to the universe. And it's in this light you finally realize
I am so much more than a body. I am so much more than my mind. This space, in this light, is my home. I am experiencing the presence of my soul, and it's always there. Just take a few moments to just be there. Feeling that love, that limitlessness, that connectedness. And know that you can always come back here whenever you need reminding that you're more, that you're made for more, that there is this deep inner knowing within you that you can be, do, or have anything that you desire. And now you just start coming back to your breath again. You're still in that light. You are still feeling those feelings of love and protection and connectedness as you come back to your breath. Coming back to the chair you're sitting in, feeling the floor beneath your feet, wiggling your fingers and toes. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes.
Thank you so much for that, Persephone. I feel like I feel really relaxed now. I feel like I went into a deep relaxation. I just saw that Claire left a message, which must have been before you did the meditation, which was so looking forward to this. Oh, fabulous. I'm pleased that you were able to stay, Claire, and enjoy that. So, gosh, Persephone, that was, I feel like really relaxed, and that was such a beautiful meditation. Thank you so much for sharing that. But also within the meditation, you shared tools that people can use, which is the connecting down into the earth and connecting, so very much being very fully rooted up and below as well. Claire has written a comment saying, "Whoa, I'm in tears." Oh, Claire, I'm pleased. Yes, it sounds like you had a big release there within the meditation. Thank you so much for sharing that. Persephone, did you have any comments for Claire?
That it's really natural. And the reason that this can be really powerful is because, as I said before, the visualization, even if you're on the spiritual path, even I need that sometimes to remind myself that I'm so much more than this, that these things are important because we are here in a human experience, but we don't draw our energy from just food. We don't draw our energy from, just what we put in our bodies. We're drawing energy from something massively bigger than that. that there is that something deep within us. And because, and many people do have this release of tears when they do this, because it's a reminding of something that they've forgotten. It's a reminder of that limitlessness, the beauty, the pure beauty. There's nothing that you could do on this human earth that would taint that eternal part of you, but we forget. So it can be very powerful for people when they experience that, because they're being reminded of this and they feel home.
So beautifully put. Thank you, Persephone. And I can see a few comments have come through. So first of all, I saw Gabriella. Hello, Gabriella. I saw you send some love hearts, and there was a few other people that sent some messages in for you, Persephone, just to say that they really enjoyed that meditation. And we've got Kelly here as well. That was really great. So you have a great voice for meditation.
Thank you, Kelly.
Beautiful comment. And then we've got Nicola. Lovely, thank you. I don't do visualization meditations very well, but was very relaxing. Wonderful. Thank you, Nicola, for sharing that. It sounds like everyone's feeling relaxed after that.
Good night, everyone.
Yeah. That's it. You said everyone to sleep.
I mean, the thing is, I said about, the profoundness of that experience. It can be very powerful, but equally, it can be just to get into that state when we feel very tense with everything. Maybe it's the emotions or something going on. It can serve even just to help us switch off for a minute, because that was only sort of 5-10 minutes. It can just serve us to help us feel relaxed for a while.
Thank you, Persephone. And we've got Krish here saying beautiful. Thank you so much. Very powerful. There was Richard, can we go back to the previous comment? I just wanted to read that. I think this one, Charlie, sorry, which is she's got to go, but she's saying thank you so much for the love and support from you all. It greatly helped. I am always thankful for the reminder that there are still kind beings left in this dimension. I think that's I thank you. Charlie, thank you so much for dialing in, for your comments, and for the support from the community. It's been lovely to see the community come together with that. So that's beautiful. And you have a wonderful day as well. All have a fabulous day. So perfect. So Persephone, I think the only thing that's left is just for us to talk about Nicola, I can't sleep. I'm at work. So I think, so Persephone, you've got a couple of Facebook groups, haven't you? I know that Richard's got the links and they're in the Facebook. So in the live chat, they'll be in the comments as to where you can follow Persephone. She's got a few Facebook groups. And you do you do meditations or lives? I know you used to do lives, didn't you?
Yep. So I have a Facebook group that's free called The Empowered Woman. And within that, we do training. So I do live training. I drop in meditations. We sometimes do meditations together. I do a weekly energy forecast with cards. We're basically all supporting each other with affirmations and inspiration. It's just a lovely community to be a part of, especially if you're feeling on the spiritual path a little alone or a little lost. It's just a wonderful place to be, and I'd love to have you there.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Persephone, for coming and for sharing your sharing your wisdom and answering the comments in the way that you did. And thank you to all the viewers for dialing in and joining us today. Before we just want to check, Richard, is there anything that you wanted to say before we end? I can't hear Richard, so I don't know if you're still with us. Oh, nothing to mention. Oh,
I had Richard to sleep as well.
Yeah. I was like, I know he's here because it's still rolling. So, okay, so fabulous. Thank you everyone for joining. It was lovely to connect, and I loved that there was a few regular names that came up, and there were some newbies as well. So I'd love to connect with you. So the next, this show is fortnightly. Yeah, so the next show, I think it's the 8th of December. So it'd be lovely to connect with you all then. But in the meantime, if you did want to connect with me, you can either find me on Facebook, so Adele McLennan, or I've got the Holistic Community Hub. So again, a community like what Persephone's built, but it's just a way of bringing a community together as well. So it'd be nice to connect with yourselves on either of those platforms. But it's nice to connect with you. And before we go, just see that somebody, Kay, saying that, hey, new here, liked, and some. Okay. Nice to see you here today. Yes, pleased that you came and you're new and you enjoyed it. So beautiful energy from you guys. Thank you everyone for dialing in, and it was wonderful to connect with you all. Sorry, I'm using the word dialing in, but yeah. Right, Rich is just calling me out. Thank you. Do you know what? I went into corporate world, and thanks for calling in. So thank you for joining us. Okay, sending you all so much love, and have a beautiful rest of the day and weekends.